Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to my lecturer and all my fellow friends. We are from Justice Group and today we are going to present about how to incorporate a company in Malaysia. But before we proceed to what are the agenda for today's presentation, I would like to introduce to our group member and some of our member that will present for today's presentation. Our member consists of myself, Muhammad Tandri Miraj, Aji Sukma Sanjaya, Intan Permata Gumilar, Ahmad Wafa Badiuniam, and two other presenters for today is Andrea Latisha Pratama and Muhammad Galih Riano. So for the first agenda, in a brief explanation about what is CCM and why is it important. Our member or shareholder and type of the company that we run, which will be presented by me. And move on to the second agenda, which is how do our company incorporate in Malaysia, with steps and sections that covered in it, which will be presented by Andrea. And last is about constitution of the company. The brief definition section that covered and a draft of our company constitution, which will be presented by Gali. Now let's begin to the first agenda. What is CCM? CCM is a company's commission of Malaysia, or famously known as Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia. It's a statutory body formed under an act of parliament that regulates corporate and business affairs in Malaysia. The main purpose of SSM is to serve as an agency to incorporate companies and register business, as well as to provide company and business information to the public. So basically, when you form a company in Malaysia, it must be registered under the Company Commission of Malaysia, or known as CCM. Briefly speaking about our company, is it called AeroCloud Culinary. It is a company engaged in aviation catering service, which was first built in 2021 Malaysia. In serving customers, AeroCloud Culinary always prioritize quality. We always try to provide the best quality in-flight logistics management service, from maintenance of food equipment, cabin service to the supply of dry materials, beverage, and distribution of aircraft feeding materials. Our company is limited by share if its shareholders or member, as known as its owner, are legally responsible for the debts of the company, to the extent of an unpaid amount of their share in the company. This company structure is private company. Private company is owned by the founder of the company. The share of private company is limited and not publicly traded on the open market. Instead, the share of the company only held by a few individuals. The member of this company consists of 6 persons and one director, which is the CEO of the AeroCloud Culinary itself. First, we have the CEO of AeroCloud, Muhammad Tandri Miraj, which is myself, Andrea Latisha Pratama, Muhammad Galih Riano, Intan Permata Gumilar, Aji Sukma Sanjaya, and Ahmad Wafa Badiuniam. That's all for my part. Now I'm going to pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Tandri, for your explanation. Now I'm going to proceed to the second agenda for today, which is how to form a company and incorporation of a company in Malaysia, with sections covered under Companies Act 2016. So basically, there are 5 sections of Company Act 2016 applied in order for incorporation company in Malaysia. There are section 14, 15, 16, 17, and also 19. In the section 14, it told us when a person wants to form a company, he or she shall apply for incorporation to the registrar. This is also include the purpose of forming the company must be an lawful purpose. On the section 15, it told us after filling up the application form, the registrar will register the particular company and assign a registration number to the company. However, under the section 16, the registrar shall and have a power to refuse the registration if she or he is not satisfied with the requirements, or maybe they detect any unlawful proposed by the person who wants to form a company. Under Section 17, if the application of the incorporation have been approved by the registrar, upon the payment of the prescribed fee, the registrar may issue the certificate on the incorporation form to the company. And the last section, which is under the incorporation of a company, is Section 19, which is the notice and a conclusive proof that the company is properly registered under this act. So after you done understanding the session covered in the Companies Act 2016, now we can show you how do we register our company in SSM or CCM. So basically the first step, you can go to the SSM or CCM website link, which is www.ssm.com.my. And next, on the right side near the corner of the website, you can click on the legal framework and click on Companies Act 2016. After that, you can scroll down your screen until you find a Schedule A. So you can see there are 7 sections on the table with PDF attached on it. Since we only want to register a company, you can click on the PDF button on the second row section, which is the application for registration. After you download, you can start filling up the form, and since our company is a private company, we only need to put one director based on the section 14 subsection 1. You can refer under section 25A and 25B that covered over the private and public company. Make sure when you're filling up the form, you include company's name, type of company, whether it is limited by guarantee or shares. And for the MSIC code, you can go to the MSIC website link, which is msic.stats.gov.my. You can start key in on the MSIC structure research based on the activity that your company provides. For example, our company is Aero Cloud Culinary Sendirian Berhad, and we can start key in, like for example, since our company is providing a food service, you only need to give it the details and then click search. Then after you done filled up the requirements, you shall give it to the registrar. And this is an example attachment of our company application for registration form by Aero Cloud Culinary. And now you can wait for a notice from registrar. If they approve, they will give you the certificate as well as the registration number of your company. It is a proof that you are successfully registered under this act. This is the picture of our SSM certificate of our company. Okay, so that's all from my presentation. Now I'm going to pass it to the next presenter, which is Galeriano. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea, for your presentation and told us about how to form a company and step of incorporate a company in Malaysia. And now let's move on to the last agenda for today, which is constitution of a company. Constitution is generally specified the rules governing the relationship and activity of corporate, its shareholder and director. It also the most important document that are prepared by members that will govern on what you are doing internally and externally. Internally, such as voting rights, power that director can do, duty of shareholder, and so many more. And based on the previous amendment by Companies Act 1965, before Constitution, it is known as Memorandum of Association or MOA, and Article of Association or AOA that are prepared by promoter, and it is compulsory for a company to form a constitution. However, on the Company Act 2016, MOA and AOA are now combined and it's known as constitution. Under the Companies Act 2016, it is now not compulsory for a company to have a constitution, but it's still compulsory for a company limited by guarantee, which is under section 31 subsection 1. Further on section 31 subsection 3, it tells us about the rights and duty of its member. However, on section 31 subsection 2 tell us about companies shall make their own constitution that government their own rules as long as it doesn't controvert with the Company Act 2016. In the making of constitution of company, make sure you read and understand the content that should be included upon the making of covered under section 35 subsection 1, which the constitution of company may contain provision relating to the object of the company, the capacity, the rights, power and privilege of company, matter of contemplated by this act to be included in constitution, and other matter. Objective clause is a must. It is an ultimate objective reason why you want to establish your company. However, on section 35 subsection 2, when the objective clause already inserted on the constitution, your company must make sure that the activity that you do is not and will not go beyond the objective clause. If the director act beyond, it's called ultra vibes, which cover under section 213 subsection 4. And here are the attachment constitution of Aero Cloud Culinary Serdan. As you can see, here we include the content of constitution such as the objective, the duties, power, name of company, type of company, and also signature of subscribers. And this is the end of our presentation for today. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.